Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we are here to talk about Ready to Love. And apparently the episode is Opposites Don't Attract. Um you guys, I was bored. I was bored out of my mind. So I started not to really review it because it just wasn't that interesting. I'm sorry. But we're going to get through it. All right, so let's get started. All right, so Tommy meet with the men and he tells them, "Listen, we are going to go out of your comfort zone and we want you to date somebody who you normally wouldn't date." And I'm like, that is going to be interesting to see who people pick as, yeah, I wouldn't normally pick you, but because I've been given this assignment, let's just do it. I think I would be a little irritated, I'd be offended by that. I'd be like, once I found out what the thing was for them to do, I'll be like, yo, so you only asked me out because you normally wouldn't ask me out? But we'll see what happens. The guy Mike that is like in yeah, I don't know the girls' names at all. Like I don't even know Mike's name. I just saw it. That's the only reason why I remember it. But he's the one where him and the girl, is it Tarika, something like that, like they already matched up. They given us total Cornelius and Camille vibes or whatever. So he's saying that, he wants to have a connection with somebody else that is not forced. So he's looking forward to it. All right, beautiful. All right, y'all. So the guy from either Africa or Jamaica, I can't remember where he's from. I think his name is Kevin. He obviously did not get the memo that they're supposed to go out with somebody that they normally wouldn't go out with, because we already know that he like Looney. Because when he found out she had COVID, he's like, I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna call her. We like, okay, you got our number. We hear you. So they meet up and y'all Looney's walk. I'm like, she's a cute girl, pretty girl. But that walk, girl, she was putting 20 on 10, and then she had the little braid flip. And I was like, okay. But then I thought about it and I was like, okay, I'll allow it. You are on TV and you know the camera is on you. So listen, rip the runway. Do it, sis. And she was doing it. And I was just like, just make it look a little more believable. Like you are not doing this on purpose. But, she seems to be cool people, you guys. And I guess they have a connection. What I don't like is the fact that she just kept giving him kudos for getting her phone number and letting him know that he was the only one. You were the only one smart enough. You were the only one. You were the only one that got my number. And I'm like, girl, don't make it seem like nobody else wants you. Like nobody wants that. So, but listen, her choice in men, okay, he seems like a nice guy. He was checking on her with COVID. Maybe he was gonna bring her some food, set it outside or whatever for her. Very nice guy. But listen, good luck to Looney. All right, so next we have the girl named Shakira and Zoe. And apparently they haven't really had a connection because she's not sure about the fact that, she has a young child. And I think Zoe has older kids and don't really want kids, to my knowledge. So basically, I don't want to watch their date again, you guys. Please don't make me. I think it was just where they, just she's asking about the fact of her having a young one or whatever. And he's like, listen, you guys, are together. You're a package deal. He's an extension of you. So, of course, if I accept you, then I'll accept him. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. I just still don't think that, they're a match. I honestly don't. All right, guys. So next we have Samson and Sharice. They're going on a date. He said that he hasn't really had a one-on-one, and when they first talked to each other or whatever, I guess he wasn't really feeling her. And I'm like, I can see why. Y'all, I want to be nice and I want to say, but she's pretty. I will say she's not ugly, but y'all, she looks like some kind of monster. Like she honestly does look like some kind of Frankenstein or something in the face. Like she just does. And maybe it's because of the way she, no, it's not the way she acts. The way she acts just makes it even worse. Her attitude and her disposition and the fact that she is just just a shitty person. But her face, I'm sorry. Again, she's not an ugly girl, but there's something going on there that I totally disagree with. But anyway, during this date, let me just wrap it up. Samson apparently, he said he likes her. He got a different feel for her. She was engaged this time because before she was like playing with her phone. She wasn't paying him any attention, which is very rude, but we know that she's rude. So it is what it is. But yeah, she was sitting there talking like she had some sense this time. So he said, I guess he wants to get to know her. Wasn't he feeling the other girl, Shakira or whatever? And I like them together. So I don't think this is going to work out anyway, but it's fine. And then the only thing I would say about Samson, he was very nice. He was a gentleman. I actually like him. After hearing him talk or whatever and speak, I don't think he is like a huge player like I was thinking at first. But I do not like all the sexual innuendos or whatever that they do on this show. Like the men, I ain't about it. Like I don't like that at all. Listen, I'm a lady. Speak to me like a lady. Don't give me all that, okay? If we are not on that level, I'm gonna need you not to talk to me like that because I'm a lady. Period. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do my best to remember all these people that are at this trapeze thing or whatever. I know that it's Big Mike. It's Mike and Looney because Looney came in doing the same walk again, and I'm like, girl, no, just stop, okay? Just stop. You have on workout gear, and we've already seen you moving the hips like that or whatever. It's fine. Just walk regular, sis. The other one is I think his name is Justin because he can just go. So that's how I remember his name. Justin can just go. We have I think her name is Kayla, the one that is just very I don't know, something about Kayla, you guys. I'm just not feeling. She has that curly hair or whatever. And then the other girl, can't remember her name, chocolatey girl. And then the guy that you guys I watch God, what is her name? I can't remember the name of the channel. I can't believe I can't remember. It's Pink something. And she calls this guy, I can't remember his name, but she calls him Full Force because he looks like one of the members of Full Force. And she was like, it doesn't matter which member. He just looks like he belongs there. And now I can't unsee it. So I don't know his real name, but it's that guy, the Full Force guy. Yeah, so then we have them breaking off into pairs or whatever. And the guy named Mike is talking to the girl named Kayla with the curly hair. And they go sit down and they're starting to talk. And he's like, yeah, something about it's good to see her. And she's like, want to see more of me? And I'm like, girl, calm down. What's wrong with these ladies on this show? Like, really? What is, like, the thirst and the desperation. I just feel like, girl, don't you know how to just play it cool? Seriously. Then all of a sudden, the girl named April, that was the other girl that was there. The chocolatey girl is April, and she was a show off on the little balance beams or whatever they were on. She's talking about she's an athlete, and I'm like, it's giving stripper. I'm just kidding. She ain't no stripper. But she comes over and she interrupts Mike and Kayla from talking. And Kayla had her legs on him or whatever. And this girl comes and gets like all over him. And he's like, yeah, so what's happening? And she's like, well, when we talked before, you gave me a little something that made me feel like you was just bro. And then she does this flashback or whatever and says how he kind of let her know that he wasn't interested in her. And I'm like, so why are you all over him? Sis, like why are you all over him? If he's already let you know, no thank you, but no thank you, then what are you doing? And she was like, just all over this guy. So Kayla ends up leaving because they end up arguing back and forth about the fact, are you my number one? Are you my number two? No, I'm not your number nothing because you didn't really like me. And she's like, listen, they got a lot going on, so I'm going to go. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up that whole scene because she was just being overbearing, and he was just like, "Yeah, all that she's giving right now, I just am not about it. Like I'm not interested in it or being a part of all this drama." Because she's like, at the brunch, you made it seem like you weren't interested. So let me ask you, are you interested? Are you not interested? And he's like stuttering, like, and she's like, it's that right there. Like, if you're not interested, say you're not interested. And I'm like, girl, he told you he's not interested. Like, what do you want? It's so desperate. I was just like secondhand embarrassment, big time. So yeah, whatever she was giving, on top of him already not being interested, he is doubly not interested. All right, so next up is Swayze. That's his name, the full force guy, Swayze. Swayze and Kayla. And apparently they're feeling each other a little bit or whatever. And yeah, I mean, the conversation just wasn't very interesting. I'm sorry. I think it's Kayla, you guys. I think she bores me. She bores me. Like, yeah, she's boring. Then we have Mike and Sharice, and they're talking again. Like I said, all of this just gave a whole bunch of nothing, but we're gonna get through it. Oh well, Sharice and Mike, that didn't work out too well, y'all, because this girl had the nerve to tell this man that his divorce and kids is baggage. And he's like, wow, you calling my kids baggage? He says, now, if I were to say that to you as a woman, I would be toasted and roasted. Like, that's not okay to say, but it's fine for you to say it. And she's like, no, I'm just saying, I just don't want nobody that's been married or have kids. And he's like, at 45, like, I'm 45. So what are you expecting? And she's like, well, I'm 43. And he's like, okay, and the fact that you have no kids at 43, that's a red flag for me. And she's just like, well, that's my core values and everything. Says you don't want kids at this point, like, because you are getting up there. And it, listen, I hate to say that it's too late or whatever, because who was it, Janet? Did Janet have a baby at 50 or something like that? But who wants to do that, like, really? I don't think this girl wants babies, or I don't know. But yeah, they started arguing and that didn't end well. She is just a problem, she really is. All right, y'all. I love y'all, but I can't do it. We have the guy named Randall and Crochet. She's the one with the crocheted curly cues that don't move because it's crocheted. They have a date. Nothing, absolutely nothing happened, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, we nothing happened. So we're gonna move on from that. All right. All right. So next up, we have another group date with work with me, uh, the Roundaway Girl, Mike again, Swayze again, and the girl that Mike has the connection with. Is her name Shakira? Something like that. So they're doing archery, and y'all, we had archery in high school one year. Oh my god! Actually, it turned out to be fun, but that crap is like, it's not easy. And the little thing, the arrow and the bow and all that stuff, that's kind of heavy. We went outside and did it and everything. It was gym basically, so it's fine. Did y'all have archery in gym or just me, just us? So they do the archery and then they break off into little couples, and Mike goes to talk to the roundaway girl, and where she came up with this plate of ribs and stuff, I have no idea. But this girl is on her date talking to him. No one else is eating. No one else is doing anything, and she's like, "So tell me the interrogation. What you think?" Like, she's so round the way. It's not even cute. The hair she got on, the scarf she got on. I don't know, just her attitude, and the I just don't like it. I don't like it. And apparently Mike doesn't either. Yeah, the conversation with Mike and Around the Way Girl did not go well at all. He tells her that she seems a little uptight. And I'm like, that's a little rude. You didn't like the girl telling you that your kids was baggage, but you want to tell this girl she seemed a little uptight? And then she's like, nah, I ain't uptight. You know, I ain't no asshole. And then she's like, well, kind of I am, but not in an uptight way. And then she's like, you seem kind of uptight. Like, we got to get you out of your shell. We're going to call you Turtle. And he's like, nah. And then in the confessional, he's like, yeah, I just feel like she's judging me because she doesn't really know me. So, dude, did you not just judge her? You just told her she seems uptight. Like, what is wrong with this guy? So yeah, obviously that's not gonna work out. So the girl that he actually likes comes in, and again, I can't remember her name. All right, the girl's name is Brandy. You guys, the girl that's with Mike, or that likes Mike, she's Brandy. And she sits down and he's like, dang, I was trying to have a connection or whatever. And I'm like, no, you weren't. You didn't even like that girl. What are you talking about? So I guess he's playing a game trying to make her jealous because she's like, well, have you had any connection since I talked to you? And he's like, well, I've been getting a lot of calls. Like I feel like a first round draft pick or whatever. Mike, shut up. Like seriously. Mike, okay. So they end up talking about. I don't want to say a bunch of nothing. What did they talk about? I'm trying to give y'all something in the episode that I feel like was a bunch of nothing. Um, yeah, they talked about what they wanted from the show or out of the show, and they basically both just want to find their person. And I'm like, yeah, I guess ready to love, right? Like that's what y'all here for. Then we have the guy, what is his name? Swayze and Round the Way Girl, and apparently, I guess they like each other. So great. So we are in the cigar room or whatever it is with Tommy, and he's asking, of course, how the connections were. And the guy LJ, that's his name. He's the one that, and I think I remember he's from the Virgin Islands, right? He's from I think so. Um, yeah, so he's saying, of course, how he likes Looney, and yeah, I just keep hearing all these sirens, and my baby just left. I be needing to calm down, y'all. I'm sorry, but I just cannot stand when this child, she's not a child, she's 24, but when she leaves the house because so much shit just goes on outside the house. I swear to God it does, and I just want her to stay in the house forever and nothing happened to her. So I'm just gonna pray that she's okay. But every time I hear a siren, especially when she's not home, it drives me crazy. Okay, I just went totally on a tangent about something that has nothing to do with this show. I'm sorry, but like it's just driving me crazy right now. But anyway, um LJ and what is his name? Justice said that he likes Looney as well now. So the guy LJ is just like, "Oh, great, but that's fine. I'm up for the challenge or whatever." So, okay, I guess they both like Looney. So on the chopping block, we have Brandy, we have Sharice's name was brought up, and what's her name? The girl named April. Yeah, they just feel like she is basically talking about a bunch of nothing, and nobody is interested in her. I'm like, damn. The guy, what's his name? All right, I'm just not gonna remember his name. I'm not even gonna act like I'm gonna remember his name. And I'm trying to be nice. If y'all can see, I'm trying to be nice this time around and not give a bunch of shitty nicknames to people. So it's the light skinned guy with the bald head. I think there's two of them, but anyway, he just said that he was the first one there, and then damn y'all, I keep thinking I hear stuff. Hold on, y'all. All right, so then we have what's his name? Justice saying that he doesn't like. I guess her name is Kaden, round the way girl. Her name is Kaden because he says he doesn't like her because you don't poke the bear. And they're like, "Who's the bear?" I guess he's the bear, and she DM'd him at 1 o'clock in the morning. Y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, no, you shouldn't be reaching out to people at 1 o'clock in the morning, I guess. But if it's a DM, it's not like a text or anything. And then what does he mean poking the bear? Fuck does that mean? Like, I don't understand. But he don't like her, so it's fine. And then we have Mike saying how I've never been, it seemed like when she talked to you in an interview, but she's eating at the same time. So I've never been interviewed by somebody that's eating and asking me aggressive questions, and they all start laughing, and I'm just like, I don't know that I really like that. I don't really see it for Around the Way Girl, but she is one of the she's not really chunky, she's thick. And I don't like the way that they was like really really laughing. So I don't know, it's just something about it that didn't feel great. But yeah, Round the Way Girl, I'm sure is going to be on the chopping block, and I think the girl April, I can't remember, let's find out. All right, so it ends up that the girl April is sent home. All right. and she don't look like she really cared at this point. Um, the girl named Kaden or whatever, the round the way girl, was put on the chopping block as well, and she went out with the guy named Sweezy, and he was the one that let her know that she is not being very open and everything, and she just had a comeback for everything he was saying to her, and I'm like, girl, you should just calm down. And then she ends up saying she's gonna do better, and he laughs because yeah, maybe she'll be gone next week. I don't know, or a week after that. Next week is what, a man's time to go, right? But yeah, I just don't see anybody really liking her. I just feel like she's very in your face, and yeah, and I ain't even gonna lie, the stuff she be saying is, she not wrong. Like when she was telling the guy about him not claiming his kids and all that or whatever. It's just the way that she does it. It's her delivery. She's just very in your face. But yeah, if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. All right. See you guys later. Smooches.